Hey, how's it going, everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing great. It's your guy, Nagai, coming back with another stream. Of course, we'll be doing the usual, doing some labbing and a little bit of Guilty Gear labbing, a little bit of Epic 7, maybe some pulling, just the usual. So I hope you guys are doing well. I got a few things that I want to go over today. So part of this stream is going to be sort of dedicated to a local, one of the locals in town here. One of my players here. He is trying to learn Testament. Earlier this week he asked if I can just show him a few things, and of course, with COVID-19 restrictions, we can't really hang out together and show him offline. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to spend some time online streaming while he's in the chat, and we'll go over some stuff. I'm just planning to go over some basics with him and what you need to kind of get started with Testament. By no means am I a Testament player, but I played Testament back in the day, like back in Reload, but that's when he had like Gravedigger loops and stuff like that. But I've seen enough Testament. I think I played around with Testament here in GGAC+R. Ray, or also known as Twisted Balls, wanted me to learn a little bit of Testament. So I have a little bit of Testament experience under my belt, but I'm gonna pass on whatever experience I have over to my buddy Caleb, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Show him a little bit of what I know, and then he'll kind of expand on his the stuff I taught him a little bit more, and become a better player than me, hopefully, as a Testament player at least. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing very well. So that's part of the stream. Another part of the stream is that I want to go through some Dizzy stuff. So you know, I do want to get in the habit of just streaming regularly in terms of what I'm working on with Dizzy. So we'll be going over some Dizzy stuff tonight as well. First of all, I apologize for streaming so late, but I mean, this is basically the only free time I get just around this time. So I hope the timing works out for you guys. So, but yeah. So a few things I want to get through before we start kind of hitting the labs here. If you guys follow me on Twitter, or Digital Watchers on Twitter, we're starting a new tournament series. As you know, I only play like around this time. This is usually when I get off work, and then this is the only time I get to play. So I guess between like now, which right now where I'm from, it's 11:30 p.m. To like 4 a.m. That's like my peak Guilty Gear time or playing time. So other than that, it's all work for me. So we were thinking, because of us night owls only having this time, like there aren't many events that happen around this time. A lot of online tournaments happen earlier in their day, so we're like, okay, well, there's like a certain, whatchamacallit, like a niche? No, is that the right word? Maybe a demographic of players who can't play in tournaments because they're working during the day. So we're like, all right, why don't we just start our new tournament series, or like even just some sort of event that happens in the evening. So, and that's the idea, at least. So we are starting a new tournament, kind of like an event series, and it's going to be called, well, let me just show you guys. Actually, we made a poster and everything, so please check it out. One sec here. Let me get it out here. I'm going to use some impromptu Twitch streaming techniques here to blow up this screen. Put it up front. All right, check it out. Hopefully my computer can handle all this. Let's go back to my Twitter, and yeah, so we are starting a new tournament, or like a new kind of I guess evening tournament series. It's gonna happen semi-weekly, so every 2 weeks. It's called Kagematsuri, Still in the Dark, and it's happening right at midnight, and you might be wondering why we're not calling it Midnight Carnival. Originally we wanted to call it Midnight Carnival, but unfortunately, just before we, before the, I guess the, the inception of this, or whatever you call it, before we thought about this, just right before we were going to make this tournament, freaking the East Coast North America made a tournament series that they're naming Midnight Carnival. And get this, theirs is not even happening on midnight. So we're like, oh well, I mean, my first thought was just call it Midnight Carnival anyway, because we're gonna start at midnight Central Standard Time, or whatever CST is, which is gonna be 2 hours or 10 p.m. PST. And we'll just do it. We'll just call it Midnight Carnival, because ours is actually happening at midnight. But the guys who are running it in New York are they're bigger names, so they might they might take offense to that. So instead, we settled with the Shadow Festival, Kagematsuri, still in the dark. So we're still using I guess Guilty Gear song titles as our as the basis of our titles. So anyway, this is our poster, made by a local here in town, actually. So she helped me make this poster, and here it is. It looks really nice. So it's happening in a couple weeks from now, and it's free to enter, of course. That's just the standard nowadays. We're just going to restrict it to North America. I originally wanted to do maybe just to cater towards our kind of our region, but I mean, but my associates wanted to expand it a little bit, so no problems there. So it is gonna be the first time for us doing it, at least for me. So we're just gonna keep it small for now, and then we might expand it a little bit later down the road. So you guys check it out. Check out the challenge page right there, challenge.com/Kagematsuri1, and all the details are there to enter, and our Discord is there for match, whatchamacallit, stating match results, and in the general chat there, I guess. So yeah, the idea was to actually have us all enter, like me, Digital Watches, and and the other one who's helping us out, part of our team, is an entire skeleton. So an entire skeleton, Digital Watches, and I are working towards this, and we're thinking about entering this tournament ourselves, but I might just think about just taking a step back and just focus on managing the tournament, because from my experience, unless you're running a tournament with just your friends, managing a tournament, running a tournament, and playing in a tournament at the same time can be quite stressful. So I'm gonna just probably take a step back from this. We're gonna be doing some test streaming and that sort of thing. So if logistically they said that can happen, we can make it work. But maybe just for the first time, I'll take a step back. But you guys check it out. We already have like 23 participants. So and we just had this opened up for like the last 2 or 3 days. So looks like it's coming in hot. So if you guys haven't signed up yet, but you are interested, then go ahead and do that. So that's the first order of business here. Let's put this back where it belongs. And I'm gonna show that not only now but a little bit later. So you guys are gonna hear me talk about this a lot, and not just on one stream. So yeah. Okay, so let's put this back down here. Oh my god, I need a better computer for this. Yeah, so I'm not going to go through the logistical details of the tournament, but I don't think we're going to be using my computer. It's already having a hard time just like doing my own stream. Like I can see my webcam a little bit lagged. There you go. So yeah, you guys check that out. We're putting quite a bit of work into it. Well, I guess I wouldn't know how much work we're gonna be putting into it until the end, but it's yeah, we're working hard towards it, and I hope you guys will have a good time. Hope you guys join it, and yeah, hopefully it runs all smooth. Other than that, so that's my tournament. Please check it out. So it's an evening tournament. A few things I want to go over today. First of all, I want to go over some Dizzy stuff just to kind of warm up a little bit. I did post in the Dizzy AC+R Discord, letting them know that I'm going through some stuff. So I want to make sure I get through a little bit of Dizzy stuff. If they have questions, I want to try my best to answer them. I may not be top level Dizzy player or notable Dizzy player, but I do have quite a bit of experience under my belt. And at the very least, I do enjoy this game quite a bit, and I like to lab, and I like to share, and I like to contribute. So even if I don't know something, which is very likely that I won't know something, we'll work towards learning and figuring that stuff out, and I'm definitely open to that, of course. So the next order of business, other than kind of going through some Dizzy stuff, I want to help this gentleman here that's in the chat, Caleb Overton. He says, yo, he's my buddy. He wants to learn Testament. So I wanna show him Testament. So by the time COVID restrictions lift and we're all able to play together, he's gonna have a really strong Testament, and he's gonna beat us all basically. So yeah, I'm gonna start this gentleman off with some Testament basics. Somebody in the Discord, I believe it was one of the mods, asked about some Dizzy matchup kind of hints or strategies against Jam, and unfortunately, like in AC, Guilty Gear AC back in the day, I didn't play very many jams, and if I did play a jam, they wouldn't be, it would have been not as strong. So I don't have very much jam experience in AC. I don't have very much jam experience in AC+R, but I do have jam experience in Xrd with my Xrd character Ramlethal. So you know what? I don't know the answers to how to go about jam, because I don't know how jam works in terms of her win conditions in this game. But if we have time today, let's take a look at it. And if we don't have time today, I'm gonna make sure I spend some time a little bit later and figure things out and just kind of share that with you. And of course, at the end there, we're gonna do some bonus pulls for Epic 7. So if you guys are into Epic 7, that's maybe not. If you're not even into Epic 7, it's kind of fun to see someone else, gamble. So that's gonna be near the end, or maybe in the middle. We'll see. Caleb, how's it going, man? He says, "Yo, hey, that's me. How's your weekend? Did you have a good day off? You've been practicing Guilty Gear." All right, so let's just get right into the Dizzy stuff. How about? And as I'm doing this, I'm probably gonna write stuff down on my notes here too. So there's gonna be a lot of back and forth here. So what we want to do. So the first order of business, the first thing I want to look at is basically what we want to do to bait and deal with one of the most annoying meterless reversal options in the game, which is Soul's DP. I've got to say, like, he might not be the strongest in this version compared to the other versions of him in like Xrd or other versions of this game, but his multi-hitting fast DP is still a problem. Like, as a Dizzy player, when you get somebody in the corner, that's usually when you want to, you should feel good about that. But the presence, and you should feel like you're dominating, and you should feel like you are about to secure the win. But the threat of Soul's DP kind of puts a stopper to that, So just a thought of it. I mean, not only Soul's DP, but there's also other multi-hitting reversal options that you need to worry about. Whoa, hey, sorry, that's one of my cat just like slammed into my door. Yeah. That was a very aggressive slam. But sorry, where was I? What other reversals are there that are quick and multi-hitting? You might have to deal with the same thing with Chip. Although his DP is more, I believe he has to spend meter to make it multi-hit and also like very fast. But I also think his standard, what is it called? There's Alpha Blade, there's Gamma Blade, there's Beta Blade. I think that is 2 hits, starts low, and it can be just as obnoxious. And another, multi-hitting DP or reversal is Bridget's. But Bridget's doesn't have the same kind of like vertical, I guess, it doesn't go up, basically. It stays put. So you deal with it differently. So, and I think Jam, at least at higher levels, in terms like if she has cards, her DP can also be a threat. But dealing with Jam is a lot different than dealing with Soul or any other character's DP, because she can cancel hers and make her not necessarily safe, but be tricky and avoid basically getting hard punished. So let's do this actually. So I'm gonna pick Soul as the first player. And I'm gonna pick Dizzy. I'm finna pick Dizzy as a second player, and that way I can record actions with Dizzy and see if my safe jumps, for instance, if I do a safe jump, is actually a safe jump, and on contact basically. All right, so let's start off here. Maybe I'm rambling a little bit too much here. So Caleb says, so I asked him about his weekend. He says, it was busy, but I've been practicing in my free time. I actually have the game open in training mode right now. Awesome, cool. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna do some Dizzy stuff here first, and then we'll get to Testament. So I promise I will show you what I know about Testament. So what do we? I'm mostly gonna go over stuff that you would kind of deal with in the corner, in terms of DP baiting, but we can go over some non-corner stuff here too. So let's start making some notes here. So we're gonna be, this is verse DP reversal, baby. No, what do we want to call this? Dealing with Soul's DP. Soul's DP. And let's start off with like in the corner, because that's where you're gonna feel like you're gonna be, where your win condition is. That's where you're gonna feel like you should be winning. But the threat of the DP, if you don't have options against it, then yeah, it's really annoying to deal with. So the first thing is to dealing with a DP, of course. This is the worst option, in my opinion, but it's there. It's universal. It's basically, you do nothing. You run up, you you just block. And the reason why, this is not bad. Like, if you really want to punish a DP, you want to play the RPS of the DP, the rock paper scissors of it. This is not a bad option, only if your punish is really, really strong. Like, if your punish does a lot of damage and also puts you in your win condition. So if this is not a bad option if you don't have anything else that you have. But again, it's only worth it in my opinion if your punish is really strong. So if they DP like this, if you do this and they DP, you bait it. The worst thing, well, maybe not the worst thing, but the least the not so ideal thing is just grabbing them, for instance. Sure, it does get them in the corner again, and you're back in your win condition. But I don't know, does that actually deter someone who's DP heavy to stop DPing? I don't think so. So instead, what you want to do is you want to do at least a combo into a knockdown, right? Something more damaging than a grab. And if you have a big combo, if you can FRC that and do a big combo, for instance, and Here, I'm gonna show you. I'm not able to do it. You know. Oh Jesus, that's a little bit too early. Okay, so pretend this is an FRC. You do a little bit more combo. It's not gonna be that much more damage. Oh, anyway, just pretend that's an FRC. Wow. Again, hardest FRC in the game. Alright. I'll do one more time. If I don't get it, then just pretend it's an FRC. It's not going to be that much more damage. Last time. I'm doing it a little too early. Anyway. So it's not the most damaging thing, but you know, it might be more likely to deter your opponent from DPing. If you have a big combo. I don't. I don't have this FRC down for some reason. I should. So there's that. But the problem, the biggest problem with, you know, the biggest problem with just, you know, just baiting it with, by doing nothing. This is a very, like, old school, way of baiting a DP, right? The problem with this is that you're really giving up your offensive advantage. So you're choosing to do nothing to bait the DP. When this opens up the opportunity for Soul to do just about anything he wants, you know? He can just grab you, you know, and put you in the corner, for instance. Or he can simply just escape. He can hold up back, you know? Get out of there. So, the biggest problems with, you know, hard baiting, being, you know, trying to be smart about it and hard baiting it is just that, you know, if they don't DP, then everything else is against you. You're giving up your offensive advantage, which is like something you don't want to do when you have the corner, your win condition, right? You don't want to do that. All right, so dealing with Soul's DP, there's do nothing. Just wait and block. So, like, you know, you don't ever want to rule this out because sometimes you're kind of forced to do this. If you're set up, if you get them in the corner, you get them knocked down, they don't tech for some reason, and it messes up your set game, your set play. But you know they DP a lot. It's still not a bad option to do because like your other options usually require some sort of setup. You know, this predetermined fish formation at a certain type of knockdown, right? And if you mess that up, you know, they might still be able to DP that setup. So doing nothing is not the worst thing. Very old school. But then, you know, Dizzy's got a lot of ways to deal with the DP. She's got a lot of different options to like projectiles and you know, pseudo super armor to deal with it. So let's go through a few. Now, what makes Soul's DP particularly annoying is how outrageously, you know, big the initial hitbox is, how quick it is, and the fact that it does 2 hits. So actually, for most characters, you can usually bait a DP by doing some sort of like this kind of formation. And I'll show it another character too. So like, right, something like that. But you do that on Soul. Yeah, the hitbox is so low that it ends up hitting Dizzy and not the fish. Usually, if the fish is in front of you, the fish absorbs that. So let's take a look at that one more time. And this is this particular setup when you do H fish into K fish. For most other characters, can bait a DP or bait a reversal. So let's, for instance, just take a look at. I forget. I don't remember if Kai's DP goes through that. I don't think so, but let's just double check. No, Kai is like the opposite of Soul's DP. It starts at a higher hitbox. It's one hit, and it's super slow. So, well, not super slow. It's slow enough. So, if I DP with Kai, here, this is where I'm gonna eat my own words. It's not gonna plan out as scripted here. It's actually gonna be Dizzy, right? Given my luck. Oh, come on. This is also how you can tell I don't play a DP character. A character with a reversal, because reversaling on wake up, it's kind of tough for me. Okay, so you saw that. Fish takes the hit for Dizzy, and that's usually the interaction you see if you do that particular formation. But Soul, you don't care. Soul's DP is too good. It goes right. It doesn't even hit the fish first. It actually hits Dizzy first if you do that particular formation. So like, the default, you know, at least for me, you know, using H fish to K fish, that default is usually, you know, can be negated by that Soul DP. So it's kind of annoying to deal with. So what can you do to avoid it? So what can we do? Another setup. Oh, I should have shown this on Kai too. Another setup that is usually like a DP bait is if you run up, if you do a micro dash, KK fish or KD fish, and then you do a meaty 5K. That on most characters is also a DP bait. But for Soul, I should have shown you guys that back when I had Kai up. So because Soul doesn't care. He goes through it. It hits twice. In fact, in this case, I think it hit it hit Dizzy first, didn't it? Yeah, it hit Dizzy first. So again, this is usually a good DP bait for other characters, but not against Soul. So what do you do against Soul? Is there a way for you to push a button on meaty, hit him on meaty, hit him as he's getting up, to continue pressure basically, so that you're not giving up pressure when you have your win condition in the corner, right? Unfortunately, you do have to play around the fact that if you're up that close, it becomes like an RPS. But it can be an RPS in your favor, because let me show you. So as far as I know, actually, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, as far as I know, it's very difficult to actually run up and keep him pinned down and do a mix-up because of the threat of the DP. You guys can correct me. I can't. I think there might be. Well, we'll go over some stuff that I can think of. I can already think of one way to maintain a hit and also do a mix-up. But I think you do have to give up the initial hit in order to bait his DP and also be safe from other options. So here's something I saw Kazuki do. You see Kazuki do this a lot, actually. And if I did that right, that should work. This is something I've seen Kazuki do. So I'm holding down back. So let's try to DP here. Okay, so that's not too bad. Okay, that's actually good. So what I'm doing here, this is what I've seen Kazuki do this. And I'll tell you guys why, what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So first of all, as you saw earlier, if I DP with Soul, Dizzy... what the fuck? Okay, this reversal. Okay, if he does a reversal, if he does it right on wake up, she blocks it. I think that it didn't work before because I did the DP a little bit late. Yeah, so if you, I don't understand the interaction right there. You know, let's try it one more time. Let me record it one more time. Why did that happen? A little bit of game slowdown there. But try it one more time. Okay. So what I'm doing, so if you do it properly, okay, that one is delayed, you didn't see the reversal, so this one is done properly. If you start off with a 2K, so what I'm doing right now is I'm doing, let's write it down. We're doing, after Icespike. Oh, on the previous statements I said about like what you can, like, you know, doing a meaty hit and also following up with some sort of mix-up. I meant I should have specified this. I meant after an Icespike, just a raw corner Icespike. So we're gonna go over the other knockdowns here too. So you can, so after a corner Icespike, it's really difficult to continue your pressure and also get a mix-up. So after corner Icespike, what did we do? We did microdash, fish, KK fish. I'm gonna say fish, and then I'll specify what kind of fish with a dash and then 2 buttons I'm using. You can do KD fish too, and then you do 2K. And what's important about this is that you have to be microdash. Maybe not even microdash. This is actually dashing up close. And then you do a KK fish 2K, and then etc. So again, I like, this is a very very Xrd way of baiting a DP. It works better in Xrd for Dizzy than it does in AC and AC+R for some reason. And yeah, it'll do what you want it to do. Oh fuck. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's try that one more time. I want that to be a meaty hit. That was a late hit. Okay, let's see if that's meaty. I'm gonna hold up back with Soul. Okay, meaty hit, and let's check if it's a DP, if it's DP safe. Yeah, DP safe. Okay, so it's good. It's solid. First DP bait. Problem with this is though, is that you have to actually be really up close to Soul for this to hit. For him to DP the fish and not DP Dizzy as on the first hit. So I'm gonna hold back and grab. Actually, this spacing looks pretty good. I think I did this perfectly, but I think the problem with this is that usually you have to be up so close that Soul can grab you. So if he's waking up with a grab, this should actually beat this particular setup. But I'm not grabbing properly. I should actually just do the reversal options. There you go. So right, he can grab you, reverse, which is like kind of like one of the worst case scenarios. If you're Dizzy, your opponent grabs you in the corner after you felt that you've had like this clear advantage, right? Dizzy has no reversal, and Soul can like do his thing, right? So the big downside of this is that if you're not standing close enough, the first 2K isn't actually going to give you that DP safety, I guess, from Soul. Maybe from the other characters, but not Soul. So for example, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna do microdash K, right? As per usual, like when you're doing it on any other character, like that. And unfortunately, if I DP properly here, yeah, so Dizzy's gonna get hit first. So, but on the flip side, you're not close enough to get grabbed. So right, you know, if he's holding back and mashing grab, he's not gonna grab you. You're so far away. But you know, if they play Guilty Gear a little bit, they're not gonna mash grab when you're that far away. So again, the disadvantage of this particular setup is that, so like you actually have to be pretty close. so advantage. So pros. Yeah, it does. It does. It DP baits while. What word am I looking for? While pressuring. While not giving up pressure. As opposed to just doing nothing, which gives up pressure. While the con would be, you have to be at grab range. You have to be at grab range. What's good about this too, though, if you do, I see Kazuki do this a lot, and I often wonder what does he do to deter his opponents from grabbing, like holding. What is he doing to deter your opponent from grabbing, you know? Like, if he's up to close, like, he's at a really high level player, playing really high level, you know, other players from Mikado. You know, you would think, I would give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Why aren't they just waking up with the grab? So Kazuki must be doing something to prevent them from grabbing. And quite often what you see, and I still don't quite understand it, but like, maybe I haven't seen enough Kazuki footage, but he often just, like, does this, backdashes, and then I think he backdashes and does a spear. So he does this, backdash, spear, etc. But the one thing I don't like about this is okay, let's see if it, first of all, let's see if it beats a DP. Okay. I don't know. Why does he do this? It must be, okay, it baited it there at that time, but I did the DP pretty late. Oopsies. Right, so this is a Kazuki thing. Maybe he gets like a really sick. Maybe he gets a really sick like bubble loops out here. High, like a super high reward setup. I'm not reversing properly here though with Soul. Otherwise, you should see the reversal thing there. All right, so it seems to bait it for the most part. But the thing. I'm assuming that he has a really good like a really good high damaging combo that you know with the up spear. But the problem with this though is that you can just up back, right? You just up back and get out of there. And if I don't do it properly, I'm gonna get grabbed still. So you guys, let me know what you think Kazuki does that. Is there like a really cool combo that he does? Is it like really strong on burst bait? Not burst bait, but DP bait. But if you notice, so like, okay, so I got another solution though. If we're going to be giving up the first hit, you're going to assume that they are either going to respect you, going to grab you, or they're going to DP on the first hit. There's one thing that you can do off an Icespike. It's sort of like an RPS. So like, if, you know, if you think that they're either going to do nothing to respect you, or, you know, you're up that close so they're going to try to grab you, or if they are going to DP, just simply jumping up forward and holding FD will also bait the DP. So let's see. Okay, so what did I say? The counterplay to run up close to the opponent and fish is grab, right? If they grab, they're just gonna whiff you. But I mean, not the best situation actually. Come to think about it, because you can jump cancel the first hit and grab you. But I mean, we're just trying to bait a DP right now. In terms of DP baiting, this is not too bad. The problem with this is that you have to hold the FD pretty late. Otherwise, the second hit of the DP is going to hit you. But what I like about this is that if they decided to do nothing, you have an opportunity to do 2 mix-ups, 2 50-50s basically. So if they're respecting you, you know, they're either gonna DP or they're just gonna block, right? That's usually how DP players work. Right? They're either gonna DP or not DP. They don't think of anything else. So they're respecting you, so you have an opportunity to do 2 other mix-ups, right? So you can do high-low on the way down, and if that fails, you can instant air dash again and do a high-low. So you can do, there's your first high-low, and then there's your second high-low. So you got an opportunity for 2 mix-ups, and that's not too bad. You might be giving away a little bit of pressure in the beginning, but like in general, if Dizzy throws a fish in front of your face, you know, the initial reaction as a defender isn't to be pushing buttons. You know, it's either I'm gonna do a reversal or I'm gonna block. If they're smart, then yeah, maybe they'll, you know, if they know that if they're onto you, basically, yeah, they will. It's really smart to do that. What else is there? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about this just going 2K is that you do lose on your first. I think you lose on your mix-ups actually. You only get 1 mix-up. So let me show you. Yeah. So you don't. So those 2 air dashes, instant air dashes, are pretty broken up. Like it's not quite airtight, so they can up back or grab you or whatever. So you do have to commit to like 1 mix-up if you want to be airtight. Sidio says, "Yo, I'm just tuning in. How's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in." So you get your 50-50 in the end there, instead of at the beginning. You get 1 50-50 instead of 2, but that isn't a bad, you know, if you have a method to beta DP and you can get 1 mix-up, that's actually really good. That's really strong. So after an Icespike, it really becomes quite of an RPS if you want to apply pressure. I mean, there's some certain degrees of safety in terms of what kind of, you know, in terms of your if you want to continue pressure. But after an Icespike without spending meter, yeah, you do have to sort of RPS it. So other than that, I mean, I did talk about other things in terms of this, right? So after Icespike, what else did I say? I said dash up close, fish, KK, and just do jump forward with FD. Pros, you get 2 mix-ups. Cons, not. I guess a big con is that you are not. You're giving up. You're still giving up pressure. Giving up pressure on the first hit. On the first hit. Not the worst thing though. Especially if you have a Dizzy in front of you and just summons, people will most likely gonna want to block that. Do I have another one off this though? What else can you do off an Icespike? No FRC, no spending meter. I think no. Okay, there's one. This is the. There's one more. And I call this the Kazuki because I've seen him do it in AC and AC+R, and he still does it in like Xrd. And it's this. So after an Icespike, he does something like this. I like this one a lot, actually. So first of all, first of all, okay, if they DP, yeah, they get out of it. So let's write this down here first, and I'm gonna tell you why I like it and why I don't like it. So let's see. Starting to type off my screen. I can't actually see what I'm typing, so I'm watching this stream. or my X split. So we are doing after Icespike. So you're gonna do your H, you're gonna do your fish, but it's gonna be HK or HD if you like. Dash jump, JS, or I say J2S. And as you're coming down, falling air dash or empty low. Yeah, that's the mix up. So let me show you why I like this. So Sidio says, I asked him how he's doing. He says, "It's going well. Just fought a Biken and killed her in 2 hits." Yeah, that's how Bikens are actually. Not the worst thing for Potemkin to deal with, because Sidious is a Potemkin player. Because Bikens rely on you getting them to block for them to do like cool things. So if you're just like mixing them up by grabbing them or hitting them, then yeah, it's not too bad. And also, yeah, you can just kill him in 2 hits. All right, Brendan, Sidious, are you doing this? Are you practicing all that Potemkin stuff? Okay, so thing about this though, this Kazuki setup is that like the other ones that I've shown you up above, this does give up the first. It does give up like whatchamacallit, Oki on the first hit, right? So it gives, just by looking at Soul, he gets up, he's able to block for like a second. So it's not quite airtight in the beginning, but the good thing about this is that if they try to up back, you know, they see that you're far away, so they're trying to escape you, up back to escape. They get locked down by your J2S or your JS. And I can't, it's hard for me to show it here, but if you notice, I'm gonna pause it as soon as Soul hits the ground. So I'm blocking the J2S. Okay. So right here, if Soul up back, he is setting himself up for him to get mixed up on Dizzy's way down, basically. So right here, you can as Dizzy, you can either choose to do a falling low air dash and go for like a J2S, or you can land and do land and do a 2K. This is pretty neat, but the problem with this, again, there's so much time for him to do something, right? So you might think, okay, he's gonna DP. But I showed you before that if you DP'd, it has a little bit of DP protection. It'll hit the fish, but Dizzy will avoid it because she is dash jumping behind him. So this is actually a pretty simple thing to do. It's really easy to do. I did it in my first try, for instance, right? That should tell you that. And I can't consistently FRC with this character. But what is the counterplay then? So the counterplay, this doesn't ever work against my friends anymore, because the counterplay is simply just like, jumping and pushing a button. Right, so it's not working now. So I'm gonna hold out forward and I'm gonna kick, for instance, right? So it doesn't provide much protection against just people doing that, but who in the right mind will hold out forward and push buttons when they first fight against a Dizzy, right? It's not something that you would naturally do, but if players who know the matchup may do that, for instance. So that's the downside of that. The good thing about it, again, if they either respect you or if they either respect you or if they are panicking and they want to up back, they're gonna have to eat 2 mix-ups. You get 2 mix-ups. and it covers up backers. Isn't that an anime? Up backers? No wait, it's get backers. If there's an anime about like or manga about me, I'd be an up backer. And cons can be blown up by up forward buttons. Not necessarily up forward grab though, because you can substitute the dash jump JS with a dash jump J2S. And dash jump J2S is basically throw invincible from start to finish. Alright, so Sidio says, yeah, it was the 6K Gigantor Flick 6H Mega Fist that killed the Baiken so fast after a full pot buster corner combo to set up. The stuff I'm learning is good. The TK Air Buster is not something that I'm landing in matches, but I'm working on it. Oh, trust me, once you land it in matches, it's gonna feel so good, and you're gonna like, yeah, you're gonna be very happy with yourself. All right, so what else can we do here? So I think that covers basically at least what I know of ways to deal with Soul's DP. Now, one thing I should mention is that sometimes your instant air dash J2S setups might DP bait, but more often than not I find that they don't. So I'm gonna try, and hopefully I get lucky. When I do this in training mode, like very often it actually does DP bait, but when I try to do this in like an actual match, it never DP baits. You'll see something like this sometimes. Oh wait, that one DP baited. That was I got lucky. But it doesn't always work out that way. So be careful when you do this. Because it doesn't always work, but it's not too bad. If you can get it to work, then yeah, then do it. But this particular setup, I have other issues with it, so we can go over that later. I don't think it's like the best thing to do because there's so many things that your opponent can do if they see this particular formation. Like I think Soul can simply just like 2H shit, or maybe not. Let's see. Can he? Maybe he can just 2D it. But other characters can actually anti-air your fish and then like cancel it into a special move. So I'm gonna try just for science. Okay, maybe Soul can't deal with this. This might not be a bad option then. But more often than not, I can't get it to DP bait. I can't get it to whatchamacallit. Be safe from a DP. Not all the time anyway. Yeah. Usually something like that happens to me. So be careful if you have to, if that's like your only mix up. Again, I have other issues with that particular setup, and that might be content for another video actually. Like it might be a video about like how to dismantle very common dizzy setups that you see from like Japanese videos. So that could be something from next time actually. Like why you shouldn't just like look at a Japanese player setup and just take them, because without thinking too much about it. Because although you might get trapped into thinking that, oh yeah, they're pros, they've done all the setups, they've done all the work to get to that point. But so I'm just gonna take their setup or something like that. Don't try not to be trapped in that type of thinking, because the learning process of kind of figuring things up for yourself and dissecting maybe other people's setups, critically thinking about it, that is very important, and that's gonna get you way farther than just stealing someone's setups. And there's always flaws in other people's setups. You might not know. Unless, Well, I mean, there's not always flaws. Sometimes they have, you know, people have, what do you call it? Like filtered this particular setup so much that it's like, you know, perfect. But that's more commonly the case in like games like Street Fighter V or, you know, more simpler games. So here's one glaring I guess fault of DP baits. It's and this is where a lot of like the RPS comes into play when you're dealing with Soul's DP. So let's go back to, for instance, this one where you just like jump up and do FD, right? If Soul has meter, actually no, let's go back to the first one actually. The meaty 2K, sort of, you know, quote unquote safe jump. Oh, you know what I haven't really explained though? I don't know if this is like obvious or whether it's worth explaining, but when I'm doing that 2K, I'm actually holding down back, and I push 2K and I hold down back for a little bit. So that kind of option selects the block if he DPs. So let's take a look. If I did this right, you know, after the 2K I should be blocking. So, oh no, I didn't do it right. Oh god. So what do I say? You have to dash up really close like that, right? You have to be in throw range basically. Alright, so let's try that one more time. Okay, like that. So the problem with this is that if they have meter, you know, they can get the turn back basically. So, so if basically for most of these setups, if Soul has meter, he DPs on the first hit of his DP. Sorry, he RCs, he cancels on the first hit of his DP, he gets his turn back. So, what's stopping Soul from doing that all the time? So you have to actually have a solution for that particular problem too, because it will be a problem on all these setups basically. You know, if you do this one, DPs, he can DP right out of there. He hits the fish, DPs, RCs, and just he gets out, right? You can't punish it. So the RPS option for this is kind of combining steps, you know, setup 1, which is do nothing, and everything else we've been working on. And so let's see. Let me show you what I mean here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do combine number 1, which is do nothing, and combine it with like number 2. Except I'm gonna micro dash. Show you what happens here. So he DPs, it cancels it, right? I'll do that. I'll do a little bit more to show you that you can get a mix-up off this too. So it's hard for me to micro dash in this particular point. Nothing, and then you can go for your mix-up right in the end there if you have if your buttons are tight enough. Oh, why didn't that record? Okay, one more time. Nothing. And then you can go for your mix-up right there. So I'm gonna DP with Soul, RC it. Oh fuck! I dashed in too close. You have to micro dash like that. Just so that Soul hits. I didn't block. All right, one more time. Oh no, I think I just pushed the button. Okay. That should be it. Alright. So I'm gonna DP on wake up, and I'm gonna RC it. Yeah. So you see that he couldn't do anything after the first DP. No, the first hit of the DP RC because he's locked in by the fish bite still. So I mean the recording wasn't perfect, but you're gonna see, like in an actual match, you're gonna see that your fish locked him in. You run up, you do 2k close slash, instant air dash to do your 50-50. So that's that. But again, the problem with this is that if you do this, you're gonna give up the first hit of your setup, right? Or first hit on their wake up. So they're free to up back or do whatever they want. But again, you kind of have to mix up your setups. That sometimes you're gonna hit them on meaty, and sometimes you're not. But generally speaking, they're already conditioned not to do anything. They're not gonna be pushing a button because running up in 7 usually means you're gonna hit the meaty. So it is a very RPS type of situation when you involve meter in that sort of thing. But as long as you have options against those guaranteed ways to get out of your pressure. That's not giving up your pressure too much. I think that's really good. I think you really want to have those under your belt. Otherwise, mid-match in like grand finals and pools, and you're up against a soul. If you don't have those, your confidence level is gonna drop basically. You're not gonna be as confident in going to like the next round, right? So that's actually this is actually taking a lot longer than I expected. So I'm gonna go over some stuff a little bit more quickly. So that's basically after Icespike, but another situation that you can do is after a longer a longer knockdown, or a knockdown that gives you more time. And you can do that in 2 ways. You can do it from a throw, or oh god forbid me. Okay, I did it that time. Icespike FRC. So doing those 2 types of knockdowns gives you an opportunity to set up something a little better. So let's see what we can do off a throw first. And this is basically what we did before, which is, Icespike, dash up close, KK fish, then jump forward FD. But in this case, we're not giving up the first hit of the mix-up, or the first hit of the pressure. Right? In this case, we are actually, like, the fish is actually going to be covering that for us. Do it one more time. Oh, I don't know why that's not comboing, but you guys get the idea. So like, if he's up backing, he's gonna get hit by that fish. If he's pushing buttons, it's not gonna work out for him either. And if he's blocking, he's gotta hold the block, and he's gotta hold the mix-ups. And in this case, you're gonna have 2 mix-ups. And what happens if he DPs? If he DPs, what happens? I wonder why that's not combing. Am I not? Because that is a Gatling that combos usually J2S with JH. Oh, I fucked up. Alright, so that's it right there. So I'm gonna DP, yeah, and Dizzy's safe from it. I think it's a little bit more risky if you go for the high option at first, but going for a low seems to be pretty safe from being DP'd. And if it doesn't, if they block it, that's okay. You have another opportunity to do a mix-up after your second air dash. So not the worst thing. And of course you can do this from an FRC, and there we go. Did I get that recorded? Fuck. Yeah, so you get the... You can also do it from your FRC. Same setup. So basically, to get that meaty hit to work, or to get a meaty hit and also get your mix-ups, you do have to spend meter. But spending 25% meter to be safe from a DP, and also getting 2 mix-ups, that's actually quite value, you know? That's great value. You can get that from Walmart. So let's write that down. I think that's really important to have under your belt. Let's see. I want to make sure that you guys are seeing all this other stuff I'm writing. So after throw slash RC dashed up close fish KK, or you can do KD. Every time I write KD KK fish, you can also substitute for KD. But I have my issues with KD fish as well. So I mean that's a thing that we can go on a different stream. So we're gonna dash up fish KK fish, and then forward jump with FD. Pros, you get 2 mix-ups. Cons, spend 25%. Okay, so other than that, I'll quickly go over another thing here. You can do a bubble mix-up, like TK bubble, and basically get the same thing. You get 2 mix-ups too. Or in this case, you actually get 2 mix-ups, and you get a potential like whatchamacallit, bubble loop mix-ups or bubble loop combo. So actually, I'm just gonna record it real quick. This one I haven't really experimented with too much, but it should work here. So yeah, so I'm gonna be real quick here because I need to show my buddy Testament. But basically, in this case, the first mix-up has to be a low for it to work, because you want to be falling down and blocking, and then you can employ another mix-up. Like as you can see here, if you block that one, you're canceling the second hit of the 2K with a close slash, and that's where you can air dash, instant air dash to do like a 50-50 basically. So there's that. I don't have very much experience with this, and honestly I think involving the bubble there can be a little complicated, because if they get hit and the bubble is involved with the hit, then they're gonna pop up in the air. You can convert with the air combo, but it's hard to get another knockdown and loop things. You can also like start a bubble loop in that way, but again, you know, it's always hard. You know, the bubble doesn't always hit consistently for you to do a bubble loop. So there's that. So let me write that down real quick. So let's copy the boot juice. Dash up close. TK bubble. Land and go for 2K. I might also add to falling FD might help too. A lot of these Dizzy fish setups work. I don't know if I explained it. And it's because when Soul interacts with the fish, it gives Dizzy some time to recover and block basically. So like for instance, if you're doing like the first thing I showed you guys, which is the dash up KK fish and then 2K. If Soul's hitting the fish, the first hit of the DP interacts with the fish, but does not interact with Dizzy. Right, I'm gonna see if I can pause it at the right time. Right, so at this moment, whatever level Soul's attack is, like I think level 3 or something, there's like 15 frames. Sorry, there's like 15. I don't know what the actual frame that is. There's like 12 frames of like hit stop. That occurs between him and the fish, while Dizzy can recover from her 2K, and if you're holding down back, you're gonna block basically. So normally, if that hit stop doesn't exist, the second hit of the DP will probably hit Dizzy. But because hit stop exists between him and the fish, it allows Dizzy to recover because she's free to move while Soul is stopped in time for like 10 frames or whatever attack level that is. So that's it. So let's see. I said TK bubble. Okay. And what else can we do here? I think that covers for the most part in terms of like fish interactions, but there's also one old school way of baiting a DP while also enforcing pressure that I didn't really go through. I'm laughing as I say this because I'm like old school, but it's present in like everything. But and one thing that we didn't mention is safe jumps. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about before we move on to like testament stuff, Caleb. So stay tuned. Oh shit! I didn't read your guys' messages. My notes were covering it all up. So Brendan says, Sidio says, great value combo. Caleb says, not gonna lie, I thought you were going to write down you can buy that at Walmart. That would be an excellent note. Oh, which one is good? Get 2 mix-ups, spend 25%. Let's write it. You can buy that at Walmart. It's great value. There we go. So Sidio says, just finished my last game before bed. I was running Faust Gauntlet tonight, like 8 Faust matches in a row. Yeah, Faust is a hard character to fight with Potemkin. Caleb says, Brain spends 25% less power on this combo. And Sidio says, winning record out of it though. Good? Awesome. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to do one last thing here for Dizzy. So what did I just mention? I mentioned safe jumps, man. Alright, why I don't like safe jumps in this particular matchup is because Soul's DP is like a Street Fighter 4 DP. It like happens right away. So unless you have like an auto safe jump, like if you do a combo and you're holding up forward, and it works as a safe jump, it's really hard to safe jump Soul. And I'm afraid Dizzy doesn't really have auto safe jumps against Soul. You kind of have to you're gonna have to like eyeball it, which is not something I like to rely on, especially in like in a high stakes match against someone in bracket, and your heart's pumping and you're nervous. It's harder to finesse an eyeballing safe jump. A safe jump that you can just do on the fly in that situation. You'd rather have like an auto, something easier to do, like auto safe jump, like in like Dragon Ball Fighters. But they do exist, and I'm gonna try to do one here for you guys right now. Typically, what you want to do is you want to do this particular setup on your longer knockdown, so like your Icespike FRC or your grab. So, for instance, see if that works. This is not gonna work because he had like forever to recover. So, what you want to do is you want to time your descending JH as he's getting up, right? And you're holding down back. So let's try to do it without anything. So I'm gonna try to do it from like just regular grab. Nope. So Sidio says, "Alright fellas, I'm gonna hit the hay, but you have a wonderful night. Enjoy the Testament learning, and I want to see Caleb get super strong and scary." Right, Caleb? Yeah, man. Okay, I'll be showing you Testament in just a moment. So can we get like an auto save jump? Oh, this is tough. Okay. No, I'm gonna have to do it with like a ice spear. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Oh, there we go. That was perfect. Second try. Alright, so very old school way of defending off a DP. This is actually not too bad. If you can do it consistently, then yeah, this is not bad. I like it because in this particular game, there's no universal option to make yourself a defending hitbox. Like you can't give yourself super armor on wake up universally. So to avoid like safe jumps. For instance, the hard counter that's relatively easy to do to safe jumps in Xrd is Blitz, wake up Blitz. You can't wake up Blitz in this game. You can't wake up Slash Bag. You can't wake up Super Armor in this game unless I forget. I don't know if there's a character that can. So safe jumps in this game, they're good, except because characters have variable wake up timings all across the board, and certain characters have very quick DPs and certain characters don't. Relying on safe jumps is kind of tough to do, you know, especially against a character like Soul. Because like by the time, you know, you might have like a spreadsheet of characters that, you know, and setups for safe jumps, but like when you're in a tournament match, grand finals, or you know, to get out of pools, and you're fighting against, and you've already gone through the gauntlet of characters, and your last opponent is like a Soul. You know, you look at your spreadsheet and you see that, oh, this is the setup I have to do. But you still have to finesse it. To do that, like with your heart racing and your hands are jittery, it's really tough to do. So because of that, because of the game's design, and like everyone has different wake up timings, and Soul has a particularly stupidly fast DP, it's not something that I would rely on. But if you want to get really sweaty with this game, and you really want to get dedicated and being the best Dizzy player, yeah, go for it. I'd rather do easier things that are more consistent and easier to do. Although, you know what, I did this on my second try, so maybe it isn't as hard as I'm making it out to be. But it is, you know, you do have to do it on certain setups. In this case, I'm doing it on a throw. So I think this is actually safe jump because I held up back with Soul, and it seemed to block it. So this is again an old school way of safe jumping with Dizzy. She had this in the past. Okay, so yeah, it works. Now the thing about eyeballing safe jumps though, if you can do it consistently with Soul, you can probably do it consistently with like all the other characters in the game. For the most characters, because between Soul, DP, which is like startup, was it 4 or 5 frames, to Kai, which is like startup 9-10 frames. You know, if you're really good at doing it against Soul, you're probably going to be. It's like doing it on like Kai is going to be a piece of cake. So let's do it one more time. Oh, that was so high. This is not a safe jump. I guarantee it. Oh, I messed up the instant air dash. So we did it. We can do it from a grab. Can we do it from anything else? I bet we can do it from a, like an FRC. Oh fuck. Oh, this is gonna be tough. I might quit. I might not do this because the FRC timing is really. Oh, here we go. That might be good actually. So I'm gonna up back first to see how tight it is. Oh, that's pretty tight. I held up back and he got hit. He got hit on the ground. So this actually might work as a safe jump. Yep. So not too bad to do, actually. Maybe I think I've given this, made it sound a lot harder than it actually is. But for sweaty Dizzy players, this should be in the realm of like moderate to or intermediate to high difficulty, I would say, to do consistently, like 9 out of 10 times. If you can't do it 9 out of 10 times in practice, then it has no place in tournament. So, okay, you know what's really cool about this though? Is that, actually one more thing, can we do it off this? Oh, I think we can. It might actually be easiest. Okay, off a 2H. What the? That looks so deep. It looks so low. Okay, one more time. Okay. I think you can, I'm just not doing it right. So holding out back. Oh, okay, that looked good. I held out back and I got hit. I got hit while I was rising, but Dizzy looked like she was pretty high up though, right? So I think I'm gonna get hit. Oh no, okay, that was good. So you can do it off 3 things. Throw, at least 3 things. Throw, Icespike FRC, or 2H. So that's good to know. Let me show you something really cool, kind of old school. So a lot of the things that I've been doing have been like pretty new school, I guess. You know, you see it quite often in AC+R. Let me show you something that was like in Slash or AC. So something really cool. So off this particular setup, you also get a fuzzy. See that? So if they block the that overhead, you know, they have to block that overhead, right? They have to block it. They don't. I mean, they don't have to, but if they're a smart player, they want to block it. You know, they see someone coming in from the high, they want to block it. So they, otherwise they're going to get hit by it. But if they block it high, they're kind of forced into that particular block stun, right? So that you can do a fuzzy. So as you're rising up to do the JP to tag him on the fuzzy, you let go of the ice spear and that combos. You can come down with the J2S JH and continue the combo, or I think you could just come down with the JH and continue the combo. So there's an opportunity to whatchamacallit, to do a very tricky fuzzy off a safe jump, which is like, that's pretty cool. So can I actually do that off a safe jump though? So let's try to include like a safe jump motion or safe jump input. So as I'm coming down, I'm going to be holding down back, and then as I land on the ground, I'm gonna immediately push up forward and hit J, or sorry, not hit J. I'm gonna hit P. So let's see if I can actually do that. We'll give it a couple shots, and if I can't get it a few times, then let's just call it a night for Dizzy. I don't think that was deep enough. Oh, okay, yeah, look at that. So that worked as a safe jump. So first of all, to test your safe jumps, does it hit on their wake up? So yeah, so they have to block it, right? Okay. Second order of business for safe jumps, does it block a DP? It did. And third part, is it a fuzzy? You know, is it a mix-up? It is a mix-up. So you get a very tricky fuzzy off, you know, a safe jump, off a setup that's also protecting you from that DP. What's cool about this too is I believe it's also it gives you protection from DPRC. So the DPRC it, right? Maybe if you're quick enough, you know, you see that you might release your spear sooner, and then that's gonna lock him into the you know, lock him into blocking if he's gonna RC it, right? So it gives you protection also from RC, Roman cancel DP. But anyway, that's I think I stopped writing notes here because I wanted to get through that as quick as I can. But let's write that down really quick and then add it to my notes for Soul. So we can do after throw, Icespike, FRC, and even 2H/2H. You want to do Ice Spear, hold, instant air dash, falling, JH, and then fuzzy. Fuzzy guard break, which is either going to be instant JP or 2K. And we're going to release Spear. That's a really cool old school way of... a really cool safe jump utilizing, I don't know, I guess old concepts and new concepts together. Yeah, so anyway, I will leave it at that for dealing with Soul's DP. So next time, I don't know, yeah, we might go over other things next time, but if there's anything else I'd like to add to this, then I will. So I'm actually I actually have like a spreadsheet, not a spreadsheet, but notes for Soul, so I'm gonna be adding it to this right here, so we'll do that later. But for now, okay, so Caleb, I'm sorry. That took a lot longer than I thought it'd take. We're gonna go over some Testament stuff, how about? Okay, so now on to the next thing. I'm gonna help a local player here. And this local player is looking at learning Testament. So let's use Testament as our main character and also as our dummy. Let's change the music too. I think I'm getting tired of this Soul versus Kai theme. And if we're playing Testament, then we gotta have Testament's theme, which is bloodstained lineage. Whoa! All right. So if you guys missed, if you guys are here for Dizzy, I did a whole bunch of kind of DP baiting techniques for Dizzy. I might maybe edit it and put it on YouTube or something like that, but maybe I'll just re-record everything and just kind of like and put all the cleaned up version on YouTube. But right now we're going to be learning a little bit of Testament and seeing just kind of start off my buddy here, Caleb, to learning this character. So first thing what we want to know is he's like a trap type character. He puts a bunch of stuff on the screen. So so his main two traps that we're going to be doing mostly is his webs and his trees, right? So Kurosaka back heavy is gonna apply a web on the screen, which you can deactivate them by hitting them. But the trees, the only way to deactivate them is to spring them or to hit Testament. So Testament's trees don't go away when they get hit. Like you can't plant it and then kick it, right? To deactivate it, you actually have to like spring it by just being on top of it. So usually you get on top of it, like air dash on top of it or something like that. Or you jump on top of it and then air dash back to spring it. Or you simply just hit the opponent. So like if I plant a tree and I hit my opponent, the tree deactivates. It doesn't even activate as a hitbox. It shows that it's there and then it goes away. So that's very important. A really also very important thing about the tree is that it actually works. So it actually deactivates the OTG state. So what does that mean? So if I hit him like that and I let's see, how can I hit? Yeah, so if I hit him with Badlands and then I hit him on the ground, he can tech out. Yeah, like he's in the OTG state, so I hit him on the ground, he does like this backwards recovery and then he can recover off that. Right? So let's just do a very far away one. Actually, a better way, maybe off a grab might be better. Right, so that's a normal tag from like a normal reaction from getting like OTG'd, for instance, right? So you're put in a special OTG state, off the ground state. So every time you get hit on that state, you're gonna get less. You're gonna inflict less damage, or you're gonna take less damage, and also you can recover right away. But tree deactivates that state. So I'm gonna put a tree there. Let's see. Put a tree there. Move him forward to the tree. So he falls on the ground. And he gets pushed back up basically. So he falls to the ground. He gets put in the OTG state, but then the tree puts him back up basically. You lose that OTG state if you get hit by the tree. So that's very important for your combos, like your extended combos. You can set up like tree combos, or you can just kind of be very fluid about your, in neutral and react to when someone gets hit by the tree in an OTG state and just kind of go off that. So, coming off of that, I think what's most important to start off with is basically, I don't know, well, what you want to do in Oki. Like, maybe it's not the best thing to kind of focus on Oki all the time in like fighting games, but if you start off and you have strong Oki in Guilty Gear and you establish like a really strong offense, quite often you might not know how to play neutral with your character, but if you can enforce like a good set play, you can form your neutral around that. If you're strong, if your set play is really strong and your neutral kind of evolves into getting into that set play. So learning set play at first might not be the worst thing. So now as for Testament, I'm not exactly too sure what his particular setups are, but what I do know is that he's got an overhead 6p. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, he says, good to see you again, by the way. You can always count on this man laving this game at 3 AM. Yeah, that's me. Alright, so what I do know with Testament, and that what you can play around with, is the fact that his 6p is an overhead. So when you knock him down, at the very least, run up to them. You can start off with a 6p, like 6p, maybe 5h, and then you can loop Badlands basically. So at the very least, you can do something like this, right? And then then you mix in some lows, for instance, right? At the very least. There's a glaring problem by doing this though, and it's I'm dashing out flush against my opponent. Oopsies. And that's gonna allow me to get grabbed. So there's gonna be ways for you to kind of mitigate that. So this simple thing, you're either gonna go low or high, is like kind of like the basis of what you're gonna be doing with Testament. maybe you're gonna fake it out and you know, fake out a high, and then you go low, right? Or maybe you're gonna go low and then you go for your overhead. Not relying on the low to actually mix them up, but the second part of it, you know, they might not be expecting the overhead after you do a low. So that is like the very basic of like conceptually what your what your win condition is, right? You go for a high or you go for a low, and Testament's kit allows you to do that pretty easily. 6p forward punch is the high, 2k is your low.
Let's burn it up.
And you kind of play around that. Hey, I got a follow. Sorry. Medical ointment. Thanks for following, man. I am very familiar with medical ointment in my field of work. In my field of work, the Latin abbreviation for ointment is UNG. And you see that a lot. Doctors will prescribe either cream. They have to specify cream or ointment. And if they want ointment, it's UNG. Yeah, Unga. Apply, high derm cream, Unga. So you can also be called medical UNG. That's right. Hold on, let me just change the follows were behind my arcade stick here. How's it going there, medical ointment? Thanks for the follow. I hope you like Guilty Gear, because that's basically what I only do. Okay, so Caleb, and I'm showing my buddy some Testament here, and I usually go through some Dizzy stuff, but my buddy here wants to learn a little bit of Testament, so we're just gonna go over the basics. So let's expand upon that here, Caleb. So after you do like a combo into Badlands, you can actually do maybe the next step is to start applying EXPs, right? So, and this will cover, this is like your projectile that will cover their wake up. If you do it properly, it should be right on top of them. Right, and then hopefully they'll just block it, but sometimes they don't. So we're gonna have to play off that too. But that's gonna be your the move that you want to do to kind of keep them blocked. Get them to block it, and then you can go for your high and low. But you also have to have a way to, if they get hit, a way to kind of convert that them being hit into an air combo. So it might be a little bit weird to do. But I think Testaments, sometimes they just like, I don't know. I don't know how they do it, right? I think they can see that the EXPs hits them and they're airborne, so they convert it to airheads. So maybe you have to see that. So Medical Ointment says, it's good, just browsing some +R to do some learning. Picked it up as my first fighting game ever a couple weeks ago, and I'm hooked. Yeah, man, it's a really cool game. Very good time to get into it. And it is really fun. I've been playing it for quite a while. And haven't stopped playing since. So Caleb says sometimes the EXP starts its attack later. Is there a trick to it or something? Oh, Caleb, if you just do EXPs, if you do EXPs and you just tap the button, EXPs will come out delayed. You might not know that you have to hold. The EXPs is something that you actually have to hold. So what I'm doing is I'm actually, so if I just tap the button, that's how slow EXPs takes to come out. But if you hold the button and let it go like shortly after, then it comes out right away. Or if you just tap it again, yeah, you can double tap it. If you tap it right as soon as you summon the EXPs, he comes out right away. Or, as soon as you hit slash, he comes out right away. But quite often you want to negative edge it, so you want to activate it on your button let go. It's so that you don't have excessive button movements with your characters. So what I'm doing right now, so I'm doing a basic combo. I dash up EXVs, I hold it a little bit, and then I watch for my opponent to get up, then I let it go. So For instance, like that. And then you do it on the other side too. Now, this is where it gets kind of tricky. Like they're gonna get like this is where I guess I'm not too familiar with Testament, and I kind of just like I let that go. I let that knockdown go. He's gonna be full screen away. You set up an EX piece, but it's still not gonna do very much for you other than keep him blocking because you won't have time to run up and do stuff to him. So actually, Medical Ointment, if you're still watching, just wondering what character are you playing? You said you started playing this game as your first fighting game actually a couple weeks ago. I'm interested to know what kind of character you started playing with. Maybe I can help you out, yeah, I'm curious to know what character someone who just comes into the game would be interested in actually. Yeah, so what I do sometimes, Caleb, and I don't know if this is a Testament thing or not, but when I combo them, I actually plant a tree right away. And then I do EXPs. So if they get hit and I air combo them, I can convert it into another Badlands. They fall into the they'll fall into that tree, lose their OTG state, and I can continue to combo them. So this is what I do. I'm not sure if this is actually a Testament thing, but it's something that at least it helps me pass time if I'm trying to do combos in training mode. So Medical Ointment says, I started with Justice because I like Gundam. Very good choice because Justice has got some really cool Gundam colors. After playing it, wasn't really my style and I landed on Slayer. Lots of dandy steps. Yeah, Slayer is pretty fun. I don't play too much Slayer in AC and NAC+R, but I do have a little bit of a Slayer in Xer actually. All right, so EX Beast, and then something like that. Okay, we're going a little too far there. But basically, you get the tree to pop them back up, and then you do whatever you want for a combo. So I mean that's the basic concept I think for Slayer, or not Slayer, for Testament. It's like you combo them into a tree, and then you continue your combo. I don't know. I don't know what else I can do to start you off with this character other than just make sure you have overheads. Make sure conceptually that you're gonna overhead them or you're gonna go for a low. And tree pops them up, so you have to be very creative with it. So we count as Slayer is so fun. Well, you exit Slayer, I know. Gross. Use far S. Profit the footsie button. For Testament? Yeah, I guess so. This is a good button. Or you mean for far S for Slayer? What else? So what are good buttons for Testament? So Ria Account says, yeah, Testament can kind of base its game plan around far S. Is that right? Yeah, far S is good. It's quick and it can doesn't cancel the combo with 2K, but you can you can pressure with it, right? Far S at that range. So EX beasts, if they get hit by EX beasts, you air combo them, etc. Let me filter some information here for you, Caleb. So when you're watching a video, pay special attention to how Testament uses webs in his combos and how he's hitting with a Badlands like this move. So the goal of the character when you're comboing is actually to just do one hit, the first hit of your Badlands, right? When you're hitting them in the corner, because you get a more consistent knockdown from there. which can allow you to, you know, relaunch your opponent, or it can allow you to finish your combo like with like a grounded web into a key. So let me kind of show you what I mean by that. So in the corner, you want to make sure that okay, ignore everything up until like the Badlands in the air. So let's see if I can do it. So I'm gonna do punch, kick, dust into Badlands and try to get the one hit. Well, you know, let's try to get both. Let's try to get 2 hits and let's get 1 hit. So that's 2 hits. You don't want that because first of all, it sends them away from the corner. And that's basically it. You just don't want that. You don't want them to send them. Oh, it sends them away from the corner, and they can tech out of it. So there's 2 things. Those are 2 reasons why you don't like to see that. So you actually want to see him hit him. You want to see the Badlands hit once, or try to do a combo that makes Badlands hits once in the corner. And a lot of times you can eyeball it, but I'm sure that there are like, you know, tables and spreadsheets to show you what combos can do that. It's kind of like Johnny in Xrd, where you're gonna do like a Zwei, and it's only gonna hit once. You wanna it's like a 1-hit Zwei to get the knockdown. Or in this particular case, Johnny's in Kasu, so it's like it's an Ensenga, but instead of Ensenga hitting twice, you're just gonna hit him once, and it's like a particular combo will do that to hit him at that certain hitbox. Hit him once in Kasu. That's right. So Testament, you kind of have to do the same thing. It's a little bit easier to do. You can kind of eyeball it. So let me see if I can actually try to do it. So pay special attention when you're watching Testament videos to see how they set up like the 1-hit Badlands. It's a little easier to do than like Johnny's 1-hit in Kasu's. And quite often Testaments use webs to set it up. So oh god. I'm gonna see if I'm not a Testament player, so I'm not sure if I can do this. Let's see. It's easier for me to do it mid-screen actually. So let's try one more time. No. Let's try looping the same. Oh, there you go. So like that. They teched out of it, but they're still in the corner. Right? So that's the idea. I didn't do it properly because they're supposed to not be able to tech, and you're not supposed to side switch in the corner. But there are ways to help mitigate that. You know, help that from not happening. And some techniques are like they web double jump sometimes. Web double jump JD helps. So for instance, right, you kind of drop a little bit and then you kind of tag him with your JD and then you do Badlands to get the 1-hit. But more commonly you see, okay, this doesn't always work on all characters too. It really depends on their size, their weight, their hitbox, their hurtbox. I mean, so Caleb, what you want to do is you want to look out for when you're watching videos. Just see what Testaments use to help get that 1-hit Badlands. I think I saw a local, well not local, but like a regional player, Apocalypse. He likes to do dropping, like he only does 1 jump to go up in the air. Does like a short string, he maybe like punch, kick, dust, web. Drops a little bit and then hops up with a double jump, JD into Inkasu. 1-hit Badlands. We're not playing Johnny here. Oh, is that 2 hits? Yeah, so that's 2 hits. Now, another thing, a technique that you see, like top level, like Kiseki Kitsuke and other, I guess, good testaments, is that they do backdash in the air and then a badland. So let me see if I can do that. I gotta stretch my wrist a little bit here because my boomer wrists might not be able. They might not be limber enough to do this. The air dash back. Oh god. It looks really cool. So. Oh god. So, I think there's a couple ways to input this. You can. I think one way is you just air dash back. You just do what is it? 4-4, and then you input badlands. Yeah, there you go. You input. You dash back. You fall a little bit. Well, I mean, you dash back as soon as you can, and then you do the badlands, and you should get the one hit. It looks really cool, but I don't know, Caleb. You're a lot younger than me, so you might be able to do this more consistently. But my old wrists can't do this, not consistently. So you do web, and then you do backdash, and then badlands. Another way for you to input this might be easier. It's a little bit quicker, but you do badlands input, so core circle back, and then you let go of the stick as soon as you do core circle back, and then you tap 4 again. So and then I usually double tap the punch to get it to come out, because like you can't cancel the startup of your backdash with the move. You have to wait until the startup finishes. And then to just make sure it comes out consistently, I just double tech it. Yeah, double tap. Boomer tech, double tap, that's right. So I'm doing quarter circle back, and I input back one more time, right? Sometimes I'm doing half circle back because I need more motions. Alright, so you saw my motions. I started up, core circle back, and I tapped back again, and I double tapped punch, so that it comes out more consistently. I'm really bad at it on one of these sides. I can't remember which one, but yeah, that's another technique that you can try to do. But I think you have enough time just to do backdash, just straight up do a backdash and then badlands. So yeah, if you can get that technique down to web, so usually it looks like something like this. Like you get them in a web on the ground, you do like a 3-hit combo, you get the badlands, you get the 1-hit badlands, and then you land and you do like close slash web, and then you might be able to do that 1 or 2 more times. But you know, if when you're done your combo, you feel that it can't go any farther than that, then you land. You do close slash web into key, your key super master of puppets. Testament is a big fan of Metallica. He loves the master of puppets. Alright, let me see if I can do it. My old wrists also really don't like double quarter circle forward motions. Or backwards, I guess. Oh my god, I can't do it. Yeah, I hate double motions. Oh god. Imagine this is your key, and that's basically it. Yeah, give me the 6, 3, 2, 1, 4, 6 motions exactly. Okay, let's try to do this with backdash. Oh yeah, it looks so cool. Oh, that was sick. So medical ointment. As a new player, are you playing on stick, pad, or keyboard, or maybe hitbox? Okay, so clearly I am not able to do this, but you get the idea. So in the corner, it's gotta look something like this. Like you hit them with like, yeah. So imagine that at the end of my combo, this is what's happening. So I hit him with the web, and then I hit him with the key. You get knocked down, and then you do some Oki setups after that. So medical ointment says, I set up my keyboard like a hitbox until I can get my hands on a real hitbox. Might make my own at this rate. They're sold out for months. Are they sold out for months? Have they been going? Are they that hot now? Yeah, just get a just buy yourself like a a nice KFC combo. Get it in a nice box. Fortify that box. Eat your chicken first. Eat your chicken and fries and your gravy. Fortify that box and like buy one of those PCBs. Put your buttons on top, and then there you go. Got the KFC hitbox. The KFC, and then you can do like sick custom combos on it. So let's put things all together here. This man said, "Eat your chicken first." Like he was going to forget. Yeah. The Colonel would be very disappointed with me. Oh, here we go. Is that it? There we go. Putting it all together with the OTG and all that, you get combos like that. So medical ointment says, I was thinking about leaving the chicken in there like an air freshener. There you go. Yeah, you gotta. You know what they say. You gotta always stay hungry. You're gonna get better if you stay hungry. And what better way to stay hungry than to leave the scent of chicken in your arcade stick? Okay, so Caleb, that's basically the idea of the combo game in this character. So you want to do a combo that that sets up a one-hit Badlands. But you do that by having interesting ways to keep them, like positioning them in the air on your first jump, I guess, and you do it with buttons into web. And then you do some sort of movement option to position your Badlands to make it hit once. Usually, I would say that the easiest way to do it for now, and you're gonna have to adjust for all these different characters, is to. I would say the easiest way is actually to do the double jump into JD, and then Badlands. That's probably a lot easier to do than the backdash. The backdash stuff, but it's easier to do, but unfortunately I feel that it's not as consistent in terms of getting your one-hit Badlands, if that makes sense. So it's easier to execute, but it's harder to get the one hit. So other than that, so you want to watch videos to see how other players do that. To get the knockdown and then basically get the key super in the corner. And once you get the key super in the corner, I don't know if you know this, but you see those 3 dolls in the just right on top of the My Testament's tension. So that actually means you've got like 3 power ups to your summons, and which include your trees and your web. So your trees now gets a lot bigger. So if you combo them into your tree, it hits them. I guess it does more damage, but it also applies poison to them. So you can kind of play around that. But it also enhances your webs. So if I web them, there's like a skeleton web basically, right? And this web keeps them in place a little bit longer than your typical web. It's not as useful as your tree. Your tree is way more useful, enhanced tree, because the enhanced tree actually stays on the field literally until the end of the match, unless it gets sprung. And you can apply 2 trees on the field, so those trees are gonna sit there forever until they get sprung or until you die. So, like, how long? The trees have been there for like so long now. I'm gonna combo, get the OTG tree. Oh, another tree there, right? But you can play, like, I guess, a veteran Testament player will be able to, like, loop your trees, basically. So you get them into hit by that tree, and I bet what you can do is you can probably combo them into the tree behind them, and then web them, and do another Master of Puppets, and then kind of loop the same thing. Well, not loop it, but like do that entire sequence again, basically, after a knockdown. So that's probably a little bit more than what you need to know starting Testament. But I just needed to, I guess what I wanted to do is just make sure that you're looking at the right things when you're watching Testament videos. So like when Testament's combo, it's be more hype about like a 1-hit Badlands versus a 2-hit Badlands, or if you consistently see the Testament do 1-hit Badlands, like, oh yeah, this guy's good, versus someone who's always doing the 2-hit Badlands and pulling them out of the corner. And you can be like, oh, that guy's not as good. So you can kind of gauge your opponents or whoever you're watching based on that. Is what I think, anyway. So, other than that, you might be wondering what buttons you want to be pushing in neutral, how you want to set up your game. So actually, Caleb, I remember when we played a little bit of Xrd, you did a lot of, like, you were playing Raven and you actually kind of backed off a lot. That actually is not the worst thing to do with Testament. You can back. What I would do, anyway, like as like the first layer of your neutral is maybe do back up and start setting up traps. Start setting up your field, right? 2 trees and then 2 webs, and kind of play around that. You might be wondering what your anti-air is. The best anti-air Testament has is his 2S. So normally characters, their 6P is your anti-air. In this case, Testament 6P is, like, it does have upper body invincibility, but the hitbox is not the greatest in terms of an anti-air. You're mainly going to be using this button as an overhead. So if someone's jumping in on you, if Dizzy is air dashing back and air dashing forward, you can quite often catch him with a 2S. But what you always want to do, at least when you first start the character, is always cancel that into web. Because if you anti-air your opponent and they get caught in with a 2S into web, you can actually convert that into something, something pretty big. Or at least a good knockdown, right? Do this. Anti-air them. Oh, okay, here we go. I did the thing that I did the 2-hit Badlands, so I'm a bad Testament. Let's try to do the backdash Badlands. So you can do something like this. Oh, I'm a good Testament. I did a 1-hit. Oh, I'm so good. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so Wii account says getting anti-aired with a web like that feels so bad. So yeah, do that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it might. So there's a lot of damage scaling with the web, but still, it gets him a knockdown. Oh, sick. Yeah. So there you go. I did 2 loops. I did 2 1-hit Badlands, and I got the key. I unlocked the Testament achievements. Those are trophies on the bottom left there. Yeah, so that's good. Another good button is this move, 2H. Like, it's pretty unga. it's quite unga. Sometimes you just do it, cancel it, always cancel it into your suite. And then what I would always do, always cancel your sweep into EXPs basically. Yeah, it's pretty ointment. Exactly, Unga. This he turns himself into, his arms turn into ointment, right? He's applying to the affected area. He turns into ointment and then he puts bad medicine on you. So this is cheap. So one thing about this, what's so good about this too is that the beginning of it, well, not the beginning, but like near the beginning, it's actually invincible. Oh, has it FRC too? What the fuck? I didn't know that. That's pretty mess. I wonder what you can do with that. There we go. APP to affected area, TID PRN. That means apply to the affected area 3 times a day if needed. There's a lot of Latin when it comes to prescriptions. Right. So actually, let's pull up Testament here. Oh, except Caleb, what I would write is AAA TID PRN instead of APPT. So here we go. Can I see that? Let's Testament. So what does it say here? It says what? Is that true? It moves 1/3 of the screen? That can't be true. That seems like a bit of a stretch, if you ask me. Minimizes his hurt box in the middle. Okay, so here we go. This is important. Invincibility. He's 6 frames strike invincible at some point, so that's pretty cheap. In the hitboxes. Alright, look at that. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty good. Look at that. One thing that I have trouble, like when I play around with Testament, one thing I have a lot of trouble with is that when the EX piece hits, and I'm in my mind I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for a high, or I'm gonna go for a low. So, but if I'm gonna go for a low, quite often what happens is that, you know, if the EX piece actually hits, you know, if they backdash or if they're just not blocking, they're gonna get popped up in the air. To me, as a not Testament player, that bothers me a lot, but I consistently see other Testament players be able to convert it after the hit. So just, I don't know, like maybe there's a way to, you know, just watch for it and not go for a low if it hits. So what else? So we got that move, we got this move. JD is like, if you want to jump in on them, JD, and then confirm that into like a Badlands. This is probably one of your best ways to like approach in the air. I don't have very much success with any other button, to be honest. Again, JD into just going into Badlands is pretty YOLO. So I think you can just like wait, see that they get hit, and then Badlands, or maybe not. I think you kind of have to commit to it, don't you? So it might be quite YOLO, but it's actually pretty solid, you know, pretty high reward there. So it's not the worst thing to do. What else? So we got JD, we got the 2H, 2S. Okay, so here's something that you I don't think you need to know now, but I'm gonna show you so that you know that it's there, and that is what he can do from a grab. So right off the bat, you know, you can just do EXP stuff, right? Just to trap him in EXPs. And hopefully they'll just block both of them, and then you can just like go for an overhead or whatever. So I'm gonna get him to block. So account says Testament jump, JD jump in is pretty YOLO. Testament jump in overall is kind of YOLO. Yeah, I don't think you should be jumping in on an opponent when you're Testament, but I mean I do because I like to jump in on people. All right, so what are we doing here? We're gonna get our guy to block. on. So initially you can just like apply some EXP pressure or whatever, but Testament can actually combo off this grab. And for a good majority of the cast, you can combo them like this, and it's pretty tight actually. So you do far slash 6K into Badlands, and then you can do on the other side you can do 2H into Badlands, and then other stuff. Or you can do 2H into web and then do like a web combo. Of course, I'm not gonna have very much success with this since it's pretty tight timing, and I'm not quite a Testament player. Oh, game slowed down a little bit. I'm gonna blame it on my computer. So yeah, there's a way to continue your combo after. And when in doubt, if you're not confident in your web combo, you just key him right here. Get the knockdown, establish some good neutral. Let your pets and your traps establish neutral for you, and then yeah, it's not too bad. So we account says, yeah, I mean you're all about the dizzy jumps in, air dashes back, air dashes with a button. Damn, I'm nice. Yeah, that's pretty much that's me. Not gonna lie. That's pretty much dizzy. So that's pretty, like, I guess that's what I want to show you, at least from what I know with Testament. So I guess that's a lot of stuff, but let me highlight the things that I think are important. One, the basic game plan, which is you knock them down and then you do a high or a low. You either open up with a 2K or 6P, or something that leads into a low. Like maybe you can run in and do 2P and then 2K, right? Make it kind of look like you're doing a 6P, right? You do that and you loop that around. I want you to pay special attention to converting off, maybe not converting off the trees, but awareness of that the trees will get rid of the OTG state, so you can continue your combo. And one-hit Badlands. Or sorry, not just that. So one-hit Badlands and doing air combos with web to set up one-hit Badlands. But yeah, other than that, that's basically kind of what I want to start you off with. Just things to think about, some things to work on, and then just go on from there. And then we can kind of learn Testament together. For now, this is what I usually do. This is like not a situation that always happens in the actual match, but I like to do this when I'm just practicing Testament. Oh, I'm not even doing it right. Oh, I forgot. He can teleport, by the way, Caleb. So down P teleports in front of your opponent. Down K teleports behind your opponent. There's EXP shenanigans that you can do, like cross ups and that sort of thing that you can do with it. Like full screen cross ups basically. So I mean, there's kind of fun things that you can do like that. But don't worry about that for now. Know that it's there, but don't put your focus and emphasis on that, I would say. Alright, so I think I'll end the Testament learning there for you, Kayla, but hopefully that's not too much information. And again, we'll just kind of learn Testament together, and we'll keep adding on to what we know. But just have fun. Oh, you know what I should let you know though? And I'll post it on the chat here. Oh, so Caleb is asking, what does back quarter circle Kadu. So this one, it's like a taunt, right? It looks like a taunt, but basically it's a counter. So if I hit Testament does the same kind of animation as his teleport, but also it hits him and it poisons the opponent. So it's a counter. It doesn't activate on the startup frame, so you don't ever want to do it on the wake up unless you know that their setup is like not airtight on the beginning. But it's a high risk, high reward counter. If it works, then they get poisoned. They get hit and poisoned, and that's not cool for them, right? But it's actually pretty easy to counter. Like, you know, they can proc it on hit if they do a quick enough hit, for instance. So if I proc it with a quick hit and I recover, right, and I'm blocking the right way. Oh, what the hell? I wonder if... Yeah, like, let's see if I... Yeah, if I do a jump cancel attack, I can, like, avoid it. Right? You know, if you do a quick button, you can actually block the counter part of it. And, like, if you're fighting against Dizzy, for instance, and she has a fish in front of you, you counter, it's gonna hit the fish and not her. So it's always, like, very... it's a very risky thing to do, but super high reward. Yeah, so Caleb says, I thought it was weird command grab, I couldn't get to trigger. We account says, Testament is a very bad character to show this off. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got it. What else? I think that's it, right? Was I gonna show you something? Oh yeah, I was. Okay, this is for everyone else actually too. So, let me... Hopefully I don't accidentally show you like some unsavory bookmarks, but let me try to pull up... Okay, here we go. A website. You guys can't see my bookmarks. Good. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, here's the website. So we can... Okay, now show him Sidewinder loops and make him switch to soul. No. I can't do Sidewinder loops. Alright, so this is not like bad content here. This is not like naked girls. This is... Okay, that looks like bad content. Oh my god, that's a... That wasn't planned. That was just an ad at the bottom of my screen. Alright, so... Not what I want to show you, but here's what I want to show. This is workout. See, that ad is like in the way. Why is that ad? Why is there such a big butt? Okay, so anyway. So Keep on Rockin' is a good website too. Man, that ad is so obnoxious. Can I just get rid of that? There we go. Boomer trying to work on trying to figure out technology. So this is a website that my buddy Ray showed me. It's a link to all these different like Nico I guess videos. So you're getting like the best, like, you know, stuff that you might not see from like if you search up Testament on YouTube or something like that. So we're gonna go take a look at Testament here, and basically you get it's just like a video compilation of like matches. So if you can read Moonspeak here, if you can read Japanese, you don't need to read Japanese to figure this out, but you can, like, you know, see the pictures. Is this Testament versus Soul? And a Japanese player compiled this all for us. So this is really cool. Nico, yeah. I'm afraid to click on any of this because you're gonna have ads like this DOAXVV, you know, showing butts and stuff like that. So there's that. So I'm gonna post it on the chat here, so for you guys to enjoy all those, you know, those butts, DOA butts on the bottom there. But there's also Keep on Rockin'. So this is a website made by my buddy Doug from Calgary. I think there's like a subsection here for AC+R. I'm not sure how to get to it, but it's there somewhere. So this is a good place to actually look for videos too. This is the excerpt version, the excerpt part. But you can there's a way to filter it to whatchamacallit, to AC+R. Other than that, you know, just go on YouTube, type in Testament AC+R, and you're gonna find like Keisuke and Shonen and all those other good old school players there too. So that's a good way to kind of watch and see what they do. Game Geezer, how's it going, Chris? GG long, yeah. I'm done. I'm gonna get banned from Twitch one more time. They don't really like me very much. So Ria account says, I hate using Nico Nico so much, but Horibuna is so nice. Medical Ointment says, I took half a semester of Japanese in college. I got this. Nice. Learning kanji, just learning the kana is easy. I just look at the pictures and I click on the faces. But yeah, anyway, so that's it. So those are things that I really good to kind of share with you guys if you guys don't already know about was it Horibuna or whatever this website is called. Horibuna. sounds like those, you know, almost sounds like you know, horny bunny or something like that. Something more in the lines of those that DOA ad at the bottom there. But yeah. So Gamer Geezer says, doing good, man. Getting settled in my new place. Had a few hours to game a bit. Nice. You getting that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in? Do they got rollback in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure yet? That's a game that must have rollback because like everything there is like 1 frame links. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon here, guys. So I think that's all on my list here. I was gonna go over some Dizzy matchup stuff, but honestly, I think I'm getting kind of tired here. I'll save this for next time. So I forget. Zet from the Dizzy Discord wanted to just go over the Dizzy matchup versus Jam. And again, I'm not really too like well versed in the Dizzy the versus Jam matchup, unfortunately, in AC and also AC+R. Maybe a little bit in Xrd. So I can't really go. I'm afraid I can't. You know, I don't have very much expertise in the area, but I'm willing to learn. I think for next time we're gonna let's watch a bunch of Dizzy versus Jam videos. See, you know, triangulate what Jam's kind of win condition is and how we can avoid that as Dizzy. But yeah, that could be for next time. And also for next time, I kind of want to go over some Dizzy kind of setups that are commonly seen and kind of dismantle them, because just because you see them in Japanese videos doesn't mean you should always use them. So I want to go over some of that too next time. But yeah, I'm kind of winding down here. I don't have any more coffee here, so I'm getting a little tired. Sitting down here, and my butt's getting kind of tired too. So I'm gonna have to take a break here, and maybe come back tomorrow. But before I do that, what I want to do, I want to actually let you guys know about the tournament that we're setting up in a couple weeks from now. Oh, Medical Ointment says, when do you think the next stream is? I'd love to tune in. You know, unfortunately, I'm not. Oh, you missed the honk? Hold on, here you go. I'll give you the honk. Unfortunately, my schedule is so sporadic that I kind of just stream whenever I feel like it. Like it's hard for me to stream on a schedule because my schedule, I'm always all night shifts. And when I'm done work, I'm just so tired, and sometimes I don't want to stream after I'm done work. So you're the only way to kind of know for sure is just make sure you follow, ring that bell or whatever it is. But I try to, if there's any particular time, it's usually around this time, like after 11 or after midnight. If people demand it, I will stream more often. You know, if people like what they watch, then I'll stream more. So I'll let you know. Keep an eye out. Following my Twitter, sometimes I'll post it on Twitter too. Usually like half a day in advance. But sorry for not having a regular schedule. Unfortunately, yeah, my schedule is very sporadic. But yeah, you guys, if you follow my Twitter, then you know that me, Digital Watches, and an entire skeleton are working on a new tournament. It's going to happen in a couple weeks from now, so it's April 10th, April 11th start time. So let me just pull up the poster up right now. And I'm going to shill a little bit. So if you guys are interested, it's going to be an evening tournament. So we are, just to, you know, just for us night owls, right? Because like, I'm usually doing night shifts, and I'm usually just active after like midnight. So we're gonna have a tournament. It's gonna be for us night owls, starting on April 11th, 12 a.m. midnight CST, or just so that there's less confusion, that's actually gonna be like Saturday night, right? Saturday night on for the rest of us. April 10th, 10 p.m. PST. So follow the link there if you're interested in joining. We already have like 23 players signed up. And yeah, it's being set up by me, Digital Watches, and an entire skeleton, like the full skeleton, guys, not just any part, just it's the entire one. So it's gonna happen at midnight. You might be wondering why I'm not calling it the Midnight Carnival, and that's because that's already been taken. So we brainstormed what other names would be good, and we stuck with the song title motif. So we're gonna call it Kagematsuri, which I believe is translates into Shadow Festival, still in the dark, because it's gonna be after midnight. So I think I'm gonna not join my own tournament though. I think I'm planning on taking a step back and just making sure everything is like running very well. I'm not gonna do the Elven Shadow, joining the tournament and organizing at the same time. I think I'm gonna just take a step back to make sure it's just run very smoothly. So. Yeah, basically, so yeah, just like alternate Midnight Carnival name, using the Japanese iteration. Exactly, yeah. So actually, me, Digital Watches, and the entire skeleton got pretty salty when we saw that Midnight Carnival had been taken, and their tournament doesn't even happen on midnight, you know. So we both posted, oh man, we were gonna both use that for a nighttime tournament, and then that got us to get together and start this tournament. But I have known digital watches for a very long time, actually, like 15 or so years ago. Digital Watches used to go up to UBC and play in our tournaments at Vancouver, so we've known each other for a very long time. But yeah, it'll be good to kind of run this, organize it. So you guys, if you're interested, join up. I might be commentating, I might be organizing it. I'll be definitely working on the behind the scenes, and if we can logistically organize us being able to play and also run it at the same time, yeah, I'd like to play it too. So Game Geezer says, you know what you got to do, challenge them to a shadow game, and losers tournament gets sent to the Shadow Realm. Oh man. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference, isn't it? Yu-Gi Boy. And we'll have to get Maximilian on it too, right? So that is coming up. And other than that, I think I'm gonna wrap up the Guilty Gear for now, and we're just gonna hang out for just a little bit longer. Oh, my Guilty Gear just actually crashed, I think. And we'll do a couple things in Epic 7 before I call it quits. Ah, Guilty Gear turned up. Hold on. I want the Guilty Gear music in the background, so I'm going to turn it back on. By the way, for us boomers in the chat here, did you know, I just looked at my Steam account. Did you know Record of Lotus War, Deedlit, and Wonder Labyrinth is out right now? Yes, it's casino time. So an indie company made whatchamacallit. Hold on, hold that thought. I'm gonna put on some music and then we're gonna complete this thought. Oh, we need Cliff's theme is perfect for rolling and gacha. Casino, it is casino time. Yes. Actually, we're not actually gonna roll. I just have to. I have a bunch of like treasure chests to open, so we're gonna open that together before we turn this stream off. But what was I saying before? Fuck. Whatever. We're rolling now. Oh, I had something interesting that I was talking about. God, I'm gonna look back at my stream and like feel really stupid about this. Whatever. This is how much I'm excited about like this game. Just like satisfyingly pushing all these buttons. Okay, so we're gonna open up some stuff here. God damn, what was I talking about? Jesus, this is way too fucking late, guys. All right, so first of all, I have a 4 to 5 star hero summon ticket. So we're gonna open this up right now. I don't usually unless it's a free summon, like you know the daily free summons. I don't do those. I don't do those in on stream, but everything else like these things here I'll do on stream because it's pretty hyped to like grab some cool things, you know, to see me pull some stuff. So it's a 4 or 5 star. It's a 4 star, so I'm not too hyped about this. All right, so I was hoping for a 5 star there. Oh, Boomer Memory, yes. Okay, Record of Lotus War, Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth. So it's an indie game made by some indie company, whatever. But they made it like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but instead of you know, Alucard. So that's my cat's trying to sneak in my room, and this room is no cats allowed. But the main character is Deedlit instead of Alucard, and I played the whatchamacallit, the open. Is that the open beta? No, it's the early access. I paid a little bit to play the early access, and it's actually a really sick game. So you guys, if you guys like Boomer stuff, and you like Symphony of the Night, Castlevania, then you'll really enjoy Record of Lotus War, Deedlit and Wonderland, or whatever. Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth, and that just got released today. So maybe off stream I'll be playing that, or maybe I'll play that on stream. Who knows? So we got, what else do we got here? I think I got like some sort of summon ticket here. All right, here we go. Record of Lotus War? Record of Lodos War. L-O-D-D-U-S or whatever. Lodos. Oh, L-O-D-O-S-S, I think it is. It's a pretty Boomer thing. So I don't know what I want from here. This is basically a guaranteed 4 to 5 star, but it's either going to be red, blue, or green. I'll let you guys decide. What should I pull? Do you guys like the color red? You guys like the color green or blue? I don't need anything in particular. I don't think I'm like, there's no burning desire for me to get any particular character. Maybe a Litica, maybe a red, but I already have a Litica. I don't know. I'll let you guys. If you guys don't say anything in the next like few seconds, I'm just gonna grab something. So we account says, oh wait, I think I remember someone talking about this. Maybe you. I don't know. It could have been me. I've definitely been shilling. I've definitely been shilling Record of Lotus War. You know, the indie game. It's so good though. Oh my god, the art is amazing. The character moves. So, you know, it's like Alucard walking around, except it's Deedlit. Her cape moves around, and it's just such a cool. It's a cool game. It's like a very, like, it's not an official game, but it's got like the blessing from the official people who made it. So, all right. So we got Medical Ointment saying green has a good pull, 100%. Caleb says red, best color North America. I've been outvoted. God, I don't. Yeah, that's 2 versus 1 though. But like, if you see is the thing is, if I get a 4 star off this, I'm gonna be really mad at Caleb and Wea, and we would have known that the green ointment is medical ointment was the right way to go. So we're gonna go with red. We got 2 out of 3. So let's do the summon. All right, we got 1. Oh, you guys notice? I got Soul here. I got Fallen, well, Soul and Dizzy basically, and then 2 dragon ladies. All right, let's pull this. What do we got? Man, I really like Cliff's theme when I'm doing some pulls. All right, actually, oh, we got 2 pulls here. So we got a regular summon. Well, not regular. It's between 3 to 5 star. So we'll do that first. This doesn't count if it's like a 3 or 4 star. I'm not gonna get mad at Caleb or Wea because this is something that I had before. This is only a 4 star though, so oh, we got Uzaki. You know, like in that show, the anime, Uzaki wants to hang out, except she's got a mace. All right. Okay, now we're gonna do the regular summon. Not the regular summon. This is the summon. This is the summon that Wea and Caleb wanted me to do. So if this is bad, you know, medical ointment was right from the start. So we're gonna do the summon. It's gonna be a gold book, right? So that means it's at least a 4 to 5 star. But what is it? It's a 4 star, but it better be a good 4 star, guys. It better not be Kawazu or whatever his name is. Oh, fucking Blaze. Dingo. Alright, you know what? I should have listened to medical ointment. You guys, I have so much dingoes, so surrounded by many dingoes in this game. Oh man. Dingo, hey no man, Dingo's not cool. Dingo, I don't. The reason why I don't like Dingo is because I have too many like Moonlight Dingoes. I don't need any more. Okay, so we got one more bonus summon. This could be really good. This could be really bad. But let me tell you right now, I'd be really excited to get one particular character, which would be where is she? Challenger Dominio. I've been like aiming for Challenger Dominio for like the last year. So if I get her, I'll be pretty hyped. No man, you guys, you get Dingo? Come on, get out of here. Alright, oh, okay, it's a purple book. This is good. This is at least a 4 star. I actually want a 4 star. I really hope it's Challenger Dominio. If I get a 5 star, as long as it's not a 5 star that I actually already have. And it better not be fucking Blaze Dingo. Okay, good. It's Sinful Angelica. I already have Sinful Angelica. I probably pulled this like 3 times, but you know what? I actually use her in arena, so I'm not too salty about this. Alright, so I think that is it for the night. Medical Ointment, thank you for joining me. And everyone else, thank you for your continued support. You know what? I really want to try to stream more. But you know, I always want to be streaming when I'm feeling the most authentic. I don't really want to force it. So, but if you guys like what you're watching though, like if you guys peer pressure me to stream more, I will stream more. Because I do have fun doing this. But you guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good night. I was gonna say something like more heartfelt than that, like, oh, I hope you guys, keep it, stay safe. Don't get sick. Use a lot of medical ointment. And don't die from COVID. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully it won't be too long from now. Hopefully sooner than later. Apply that ointment, and you guys have a good night. Thank you guys for watching.